What's up, everyone? Malachi Reborn back with another segment of Question of the Day. And by the way, if you're not in the Question of the Day group and you're watching this video somehow, you can message me for more information to gain access. All right, look for me on Facebook, Malachi Reborn. All right, so I hope everyone's having a super Sunday, great day for you, and let's get into it. Today's Question of the Day video goes out to Shaylin Gill. Congratulations, brother. Looking forward to things improving for you today and with this segment. And also, I'd like to give a quick shout out to the SOD. What's up? Uh, for those of you that don't know, the SOD is a personal development group that I run. And if you're watching this video and you're interested in doing a trial and checking us out, message me on Facebook. I'll get you access to it. All right. Okay, here we go. So Shaylin's question is, how can one expand their energy? Great question. Not very specific, but still a great question. In fact, it's a question that I feel like I would be open to sharing with the public. And then, for more deeper understandings on energy expansion, that would probably take a little bit more of a one-on-one situation. I really wouldn't go over certain things with some people. But I'm sure today's question and the way I respond to it will help you out and a lot of people out. All right. And it'll be very beneficial. So here is the answer. When it comes to expansion of energy, you should know, yes, energy can be expanded. In what ways? Well, it's very simple. Let's take the most basic way. If a person trains, then they can expand their energy. If you can do 10 jumping jacks before you get tired, and then you expand that to 20 jumping jacks before you get tired, you have just expanded your energy. The amount of time it took you to get tired has just been doubled or expanded, because now you don't get tired after 10, you get tired after 20 or 30 or how many jumping jacks a person could do. Why is this? This is because you have extended the amount of time that it takes for your body to get fatigued. And the way you do this is you add more electrons to your body. We are electric beings, all right? And it's about the electrons. Where are the electrons? The electrons are from the oxygen a person intakes, okay? So when a person does this, they extend the amount of energy storage space that they possess. Okay, now let me give you another type of energy storage. It's when people hold their breath. You see, if you want to expand the amount of time that you can hold your breath, it's going to take energy. It's going to take a level of energy that is stored in the body at that time you're doing it in order to be able to expand and use this energy at will. Now, where is this energy? I just told you guys a second ago, it's in the air, it's in the oxygen. It's called air, it's called prana, it's called oxygen, it's called chi. When you watch Dragon Ball Z and you see these characters, or any kind, Naruto, whatever, and you see these characters going, what are they doing? They're powering up. Okay, now we're not Dragon Ball Z, but we have the next best thing, oxygen. So you have to power up and store the oxygen in your body so that you can direct the chi and the way you want it to go. And that's why I say, when it comes to deeper understandings of expanding energy and energy storage, that's going to be a different conversation. Right now, we're just going to go over the basic understandings of it. We're not doing no Dragon Ball Z shit here today. All right. So, anyways, a person can easily double the amount of time that they can hold their breath just by simply what? Adding electrons, adding oxygen, adding chi to what? Their blood. Very simple. The more electrons in the body is the more carbon dioxide that is removed from the body. And this is not a normal state. This is a situation that is abnormal. Most people are not going and taking in electrons and removing a lot of taking in a lot of oxygen and removing a lot of carbon dioxide. They're not doing this. In this state, the body now then works to balance out the alkaline and acidic levels. Let me explain. When you're taking in a lot of oxygen and a lot of electrons, your body becomes alkaline way more than normal. Now, how does the body get acidic? The body gets acidic through movements right? And that's one of the ways it gets acidic. So what's happening is that when the alkaline or the electrons are taken or the oxygen taken in, the body then shuts down the person's need for oxygen for a while. You're not going to necessarily need to breathe as much. Why? Because you have energy stored inside of your blood, energy stored inside your body. Okay, this is how you expand the ability to store energy when it comes to breathing. So, or holding your breath. If you want to hold your breath and you're holding it for 1 minute or even 30 seconds, the only thing you got to do is very simple. Breathe in and out about, it doesn't matter how much times you do it, but let's just say you did it 6 times. Let's say you went and you did that 6 times. I guarantee you, you will double your amount of time you can hold your breath. If you did it 10, 12, 15 times, the feeling that you're going to get is better than any type of drug. You're going to feel lightheaded, and you're going to be able to hold your breath for longer. It's very easy to hold your breath for 2 minutes, and this is training for the next 15 minutes. You train for 15 minutes, you go hold your breath for two minutes, longer than any of your friends in the pool. If you actually took time and did training on this for real, then you could do it longer. Okay, let's move into another thing. When it comes to like another way that you can expand your energy is through is the same concept we talked about before when it comes to the jumping jacks, the 10 and the 20. Okay, let's say you're doing a physical activity and you get tired fast. You want to be able to expand and double that amount of time. And it's very simple to do. One of the very simple things you can do to expand this is exercise. Now, I'm going to give you a very simple exercise. Very, very, very simple to double the amount of endurance that you have in anything. Very, very simple. All right, you ready? Go walking. Just go walk. Now, I don't want you to just do a regular walk. I want you to walk fast. Now, the reason why I'm saying to walk is because you can sit here or stand where you are and breathe in and out. You could do it, but it's not the same. It's not the same as you moving while you're practicing your breath. Practicing the breath without moving is very good as well. Very, very good for a lot of different things, a lot of purposes. But there's also a practicing of using your breath, using air, storing energy while you're already in movement. So if you move and you walk, or let's say you jog, I don't really believe in jogging. We're the only creatures on this planet that goes running for no reason. But let's say you did jumping jacks in a spot or whatever, or let's say you did jog, but let's say you walked or you're on a treadmill. You don't want to just go really slow. You want to go at a decent speed. But if you do this for a certain amount of time, you're gonna what? You're gonna be practicing taking in oxygen, releasing carbon dioxide, and increasing your ability to store and more energy, more oxygen, more chi into your body at any time. If you practice this, let's say you did it for a week or 2 weeks, your endurance will double. Your endurance will go up. I'm not going to say double, it'll go up. The more you train is the more your ability for your endurance is going to increase. And guess what? This is also a process in which you can do to train yourself and develop many different levels, many different things other than just the stuff I'm talking about. You see, the energy storage goes beyond physical abilities. It also goes into psychic abilities. Yes. The more you are able to deal with chi and prana is the more you'll also be able to develop your psychic abilities. So if a person wants to begin developing this part of their reality in their life, is very, very simple. The only thing they got to do is begin breathing more deeply. We are electric beings, and the more electricity, aka the more electrons in the body, is the more things we're going to be able to accomplish, both natural and both supernatural. Okay, one last thing I'm going to go over before I end this video. Check this out. Now, even though the body is electric, it's still always losing electrons. How? Just by me moving, I'm losing electrons. By touching things, we lose electrons. By exercising, we lose electrons. Why? Because remember, I said earlier that, I think I said it to you guys earlier, when you move, that creates acidic in your body, right? So movement creates this acid state, and the body's always working to balance back out the pH levels, you can say, through alkaline and acidity in your body all at the same time. Okay, so just by doing normal regular things, your body's gonna lose electrons, right? But you see, here's the thing. Your body then replaces the lost energy and just creates more electricity. Well, I'll put it like this. To the degree a person's in a healthy state, the body's going to be able to reproduce the proper current of electricity. Because why? The more a person has acid in their bodies, the more they're going to be sick. And the more a person has alkaline in their bodies, the more they're going to be healthy. And the body regulates this still, but at the same time, I don't want to get into this. Ain't a health lecture, but all the shit that people are putting in their bodies is fucking up their body. All right, but we're not getting into that now. Here's the next thing I want to talk about. When it comes to so I went over how we can lose electricity, right? But there's a way that we can lose a whole bunch more electricity. And the ways this happen is when a person is sick, they catch a cold, negative thoughts and emotions and states, like a person gets sad, depressed, even nervousness. When a person's insecure, when they are in fear, your body loses more electricity than usual. And this is why people feel weak and helpless when they're in these situations. If you're feeling sick, you're going to feel weak and helpless. If you feel fear, you're going to feel weak and helpless. So what is the solution? The solution is very simple. The solution I'm going to give you guys, there's more than one solution. I'm going to give you guys one, but well, let me go over the one that I'm going to give you. The solution is to lock your arms. If you just lock your arms, it's just very simple. Your body's going to retain more heat. Your body's going to retain more electrons, and it's not going to lose as much. It's going to retain more energy. When you're cold, that's because you're losing electrons. What do you do when you're cold? You do this. You trap the arms. You trap the heat. You try to create more heat. You keep yourself from losing energy and electricity. And this process is also going to slow down the electrons from escaping the body. Now, SOD, the people in the personal development group, for those that are watching this video and you remember the armor lecture, remember what I told you to do for the armor exercise. This also applies here. Okay, so you're going to do that exercise as well to be able to trap the heat or trap the electrons from escaping your body. At the same time, remember all the other benefits I told you from doing that exercise as well. If you earn the SOD and you did not check that lecture out or you don't remember it, go back and review it, okay? And so at the same time, when you're doing this, for the rest of you, when you're trapping the heat, remember that now look at this position. When people see other people in this position, what do they say? They talk shit. They say, oh, he's because he's insecure. Yeah, but motherfucker, this is also protecting me. This is also a shield from you and from energy, me losing my energy. This is also something that I do when I'm cold. I protect myself. I cover my solar plexus. I cover my breastplate. This is how I protect myself from anything. This is how I hold energy from being lost, right? So when people say, oh, because you're, fuck them, okay? You're doing this for you. You're doing this so that you can make sure you stay strong and you continue your strength, okay? Now, at the same time, everyone, when you're doing this, and you don't have to do this all the time, right? The reason why people do this is if they're in a situation that's compromising their energy. If a person's confident, they don't have to do that, right? So that's how you can tell the naturally confident people. But it doesn't mean that when you get into a situation, because everybody's going to get in a situation sometimes where they're not as strong. They're gonna lose a lot more energy than they're taking in. So in these situations, should you should look out for yourself. That's what this is, right? At the same time, for those listening, for everyone listening, remember to breathe, 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 breathe deeply. Because why? The air, the oxygen, the prana, the chi is going to put back the electrons into your body, and it's going to replenish them faster than just normally how long it takes. All right.